Hi, friends. My oldest daughter is a freshman in college, majoring in education, and she was home for a weekend and had to do a mandatory Zoom meeting with the education majors. And she did it at our kitchen table, so I was listening in. And one of the questions that the advisors asked was for the students to think about a teacher in their life that they really respected, admired, liked, someone who inspired them to go into education. And to think about what was it about that person that they liked so much? What did they remember? And the students were responding with things like they were kind, compassionate, patient. They saw me for who I was and accepted me, no judgment. Their classroom was somewhere safe. I felt safe with them. Not one person mentioned pedagogy or content. It was all about who that teacher was as a human and how they made their students feel. That's what these students remembered. That's what mattered. And I read something that a woman had written about when she was a student and went to her teacher, and her grade was a 79.8. And she went to ask if that grade could be rounded up, that a C+ was not going to be acceptable. Was there anything that she could do to get that rounded to a B-? And the teacher said no, that was the grade she earned. That was it, period. That there was no conversation about it. And I know what some of you are thinking. Well, if you wanted the B-, you should have worked harder, and maybe that's true. But the way that made this person feel stuck with them. And now, as a professor, she said she goes through at the end of the term and looks at the students' grades to see who is on the border of being rounded up. And she said that she is able to make that decision to round up for students because that made such an impact in her life. And so I'm thinking that maybe we can think about those teachers, those mentors, people who have made a difference in our life, people who you are with and you just feel better about yourself, and think about what is it about them and how can we help to put more of that out into the world. So what I want to say to you right now is you deserve to take up the space that you occupy in this world. You are loved. You were created by a God who loves you, and God created you good. So if you think back to those teachers, those mentors who had a positive impression, or maybe a negative one, because I know there are so many people who can think back to a moment where someone told them that they were less than, that they were not enough because their sports skills were not good enough. They were not smart enough. Their body was not the right size or shape. What they were wearing was not okay. Those moments that stick with us, that change us into who we are, that we still think about no matter how old we are. This is your reminder that you are enough. Right now, as you are, there is nothing you have to change. You are loved. God created you good, just how you are. Take up your space in this world and go out and share that love so that others will think of you and know that they feel better when they are with you. That's the way we can change this world. Have a good week, friends.